I literally have been nonstop today. I don't think I've stopped sweating. Hi. And you know why I haven't stopped sweating? Because it's July. It is halfway through the year, and it is not like a halfway wrap up, but I wanted to do this tag. I wanted to do this tag to kind of touch base on like the books that I've read in the past 6 months. Sitting on the floor, let's see how long I regret this, because Achilles gets like weird anxiety when I'm talking, and yeah. But Luna's right there. Buggy, say hi. And we have Jelly Boy coming. So we're gonna jump in. We're gonna yap about books that I've read over the past 6 months. So let's get started. Okay, so I saw this tag, Sarah Caroli, in my opinion, Queen of BookTube herself did this, and I really was like, I have to do this. I've been in a huge reading slump. Huge. Like, it's probably the worst it's been in a long time. So I thought maybe, you know, talking about the books that have been good for me this past year will be good. Okay, so I'll be looking at my phone for the questions, but yeah. We're going to kick it off strong. What is the best book I've read so far in 2025? If you keep up with my videos, you will know that Lauren Roberts came out with the final book in her trilogy for Powerless, which was Fearless, and that has been my #1 this year. I don't think anything has topped it. Obsessed. And I'm super excited for the, what's it called? The novella that's coming out in the fall, because there were things that were left unanswered. I get people's complaints, but we'll hopefully get those answered. And I feel like she's mentioned that she's setting up this giant universe, so I'm ready. The best sequel you've read so far this year? Once again, Lauren Roberts, Fearless. Would that be a sequel? I think so. We're going to count it as that, because why not? New releases you haven't read yet but want to. Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I have it. Haven't read it. What's another one? Roll for Romance by Lenora Woods. I just got that one in the mail the other day, and it just looks so interesting and like a cute little romance. Once again, will this solve my book slump? We'll never know. I feel like the releases that have come out this past year that I was really anticipating, I've read, except the Great Big Beautiful Life. Oh, Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm kind of in the middle of reading it right now. So, and Riley Sager with a Vengeance. I'm also in the middle of reading that. So I guess those two don't really count. So I would definitely say A Great Big Beautiful Life. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I would have to say, obviously, the new Lauren Roberts book that's coming out, Fearful, is definitely at the top of my list. And then Fair Trade by Millie Perez. That is coming out next month. Super, super excited. I just got the ARC for it, and I'm like, I think that might be the cure. We're going to keep talking about this reading slump because that's the only thing on my mind. But I think that might be the cure. A good sports romance by my literal favorite author in the entire world. Super excited for that one to come out. I try not, and it sounds really bad because of like what I'm in, but I don't really keep up with a lot of new releases or things unless like I've already read the books or I've read the author, because I'm really trying not to buy books. Really trying not to buy books. Biggest surprise, I would probably say the Boys of Tommen series. I didn't think I was going to literally indulge every single book so fast. The first one was a little slow for me, so I was like, As soon as it picked up, I could not put it down. And same with the two that follow Binding 13 and Keeping 13, because I was so worried about like reading within the same timeline and getting bored. No, not at all. Book that made me cry. Probably Taming 7. I was literally, we were driving back from El Paso, and I was finishing it up, and we're about to cross Border Patrol, and I was like, I need to stop crying because this is not a good look. But that one, I think that one's the only one that has really made me like cry, because I did not expect that. What books do you need to read by the end of this year? I need to finish the Throne of Glass series. I am at the tandem read, and it's not that I'm not enjoying it, but people hype it up a little too much for me. So I went in with a lot of expectations, and it's good, but it's not like, I have to finish it because, hello, we are getting another ACOTAR soon, and I really want to finish Throne of Glass and finish this Crescent City series, but nothing will ever beat that high of ACOTAR, and I thought Throne of Glass would, and it didn't. So, I want to go back to the biggest surprise. The Night and the Moth, I'm just so consumed right now with the Boys of Toman, but The Night and the Moth blew me away. Like, One Dark Window was not it for me. It was average, but I am like ready for the second book to come out because what the heck was that ending? Her wording is just so beautiful, and that was my like thing with One Dark Window. Like, I enjoyed her writing, but I thought it wasn't for me, but it was because it was, in my opinion, not everybody's, but in my opinion, it was a little too similar for me personally to Belladonna, and I love that series so much. How many 5-star reads have I read this year? I don't think a lot. Hold on. You got like 3 apps to track your books. Okay, let's see. I have 6 5-star books from this year. I have Volume 4, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 5 of the Heartstopper series, and then Fearless and The Women. That's it. I have not had a 5-star read since I read The Women, and I think that was over 3 months ago. 2 months ago. It was a while ago, so I'm currently on that journey. Yeah. It's been rough. I feel like I was giving out a lot of 5 stars. I don't know. And I was like, maybe I'm being too generous. I'm a 5-star, like, it's the vibes, right? Like, I'm there for those vibes, but I vibe too much, maybe. But nothing's catching my attention. I don't even think I've given a Boys of Toman book 5 stars. A book you enjoyed with mixed reviews. I would probably have to say Onyx Storm. I was going to say the Boys of Toman, but we can't talk about that every single time, right? Oh yeah, Onyx Storm. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.5, but I liked it. I think, some people were like, why are you throwing all this random stuff in there? And it's like, the world is so much bigger in Onyx Storm than just the school. And I really enjoyed, exploring outside of their, like, little confined space that they've been in, because there's so much more, and it really sets up the last 2 books. So I really enjoyed Onyx Storm. Same with Fearless, but I have yapped about that book way too much. 5-star predictions for the rest of the year. I think that I don't think Fearful will be 5 stars. It's a novella. Typically, novellas are not 5 stars. Well, actually, I do think the novella 4, the first one, Powerful, was 5 stars for me, so maybe. I don't know if I want to set those expectations, because that's how you get, like, let down. I've been told that Great Big Beautiful Life is going to be a 5-star for me. Maybe Atmosphere. I love Taylor Jenkins reads. Fair Trade by Millie Perez maybe will be a 5-star for me. I don't know. Because I don't know what I'm reading this year. I really try not to stick to TBR, because we all know I don't get very far with them. But, yeah. And reading stats so far for this year, I haven't read very much in July. This month and next month are so busy for me. So I'm hoping that, something changes. But I'm currently right now I'm at 34 books. Which is really good, because my goal is 50. So I'm way above my, like, where I should be. So I don't know. Nothing is grabbing my attention right now. So I don't know. But overall, I feel like I've kind of pushed, the past 6 months. I read those graphic novels for the Heartstopper series and loved it. I gave Rachel Gillig a second chance, and I loved it. I finally read The Boys of Toman. I think the next series I want to read is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I've seen so many people rate those books really well. My book club has been picking really diverse, like, reads as far as genres go. Like, we read Dry, which I probably would have never read that. I want to read, you know, I want to read Mistborn and Red Rising, and I'm scared. Maybe even the first Game of Thrones books. Like, I'm making such big goals for myself, but I know when I read those kinds of books, they're big books. So, I don't know. When you start realizing that your slump is slumping. I just feel like I'm in a creative slump with reading and content, and it stinks. But I feel like it's like a half-year slump. Like, I've been doing really well this half year, so I'm just not putting too much pressure on myself. Reading a lot hasn't been for me, so I've been, you know, getting back into gaming, Animal Crossings again, just letting it come to me. So hopefully I can get to where I want to be. I will share with you guys my top books from this year, just so you have an idea of what my brain has been looking like. So, like I said, I've read 34 books. So in January, my top book was Onyx Storm. February was A Trial of the Sun Queen, which I do want to read the second book to that one. March was Binding 13. April was Fearless. May was The Women, and then June was The Night and the Moth. So, yeah. 34 books. Those are my top books from each month. I don't think I probably have a top 10, but I would have to sit there and, you know, think about it. If you guys want a top, you know, top books of the year, let me know, or halfway through the year, let me know. But other than that, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Super short video, but I just wanted to come in and, you know, talk a little bit about my experience over the past half year. 6 months? Yeah. My books are staring at me right now. Y'all don't see them, but I do. They're telling me to read them. As always, do all the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what has been your top book of this past year. Maybe you'll be the cure to my reading slump. I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for hanging out with me.